Some brand builds projects, but a few build legacies. Rutu Group is one of those names that has shaped communities, created benchmarks, and earned trust of more than 10,000 plus families over 45 years. And today, we sit with the next generation leader, carrying forward this remarkable story. Let's welcome Mr. Rushi Patel.
Hello.
Hello, sir. Very good afternoon. So, are you excited for this conversation?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Very excited. Thank you so much for doing this and giving us the opportunity to talk about our projects.
So, sir, Rutu Group's journey started in 1979.
Right.
What part of that early foundation inspires you even today?
I think it is to do with family ethics, because it's a family-run business even today. So I think that is something which keeps me grounded in that process. And everything, even the process which was started by my grandfathers, I think that is something we try to stick to, which is creating good homes. So inspired is more towards making sure that it's run as a family business even today.
Rutu Group has seen multiple decades of real estate. Which era was the most defining for your company and why?
The business was started before I was born, but if I have to personally see, I think after 2000, we did two projects. One was in Thane and one was in Mumbai, Lokhandwala to be precise. So I think that was like a major turnover, which was for my brand, for our company, was doing one large homes and high rise was the first year when we did high rise. In that era, which was 18 to 20 floors, was considered high rise. And in Lokhandwala, I think we did duplexes for the first time, and they were really good. It's under my name. It's called Rushi Towers.
And that was in which year?
Precisely, it was anywhere between 2000. I could be wrong, but it should be anywhere between 2004 and beyond. And same thing goes with my Thane project, which was called Rutu Towers. It was one of the very first projects in close to Hirandani estate, where it was round balconies, and they were really very spacious two-bedroom homes for that time. Yes, so I think this were, for me, if I had to see as a child, I was watching that this was like a major flip for our brand in terms of launching these two projects. So with Lokhandwala, that they were 3-bed and 4 beds. I wouldn't say I was the first one to launch three and 4 beds, but I probably could be the first ones to come up with such a layout where it was duplex 4-bed and with that square feet, which was again a 4-bed. So I think that would be one of the key flip thing for us to come on the Mumbai maps, where we are doing such a project there. Secondly, with same thing with Rutu Towers, again, very, very special project. I think it was round balconies in terms of when it comes to the elevation of the, something like that we had not done before. We had done multiple 2 bedrooms before that, but not of that scale, where we have round balconies, very large space, high rise. And I think in and around that, I think we probably would be the first ones to come up with that space in terms of square feet.
And I think also with the 2 BHKs, because at that time 1 RK, 1 BHK was a more of demanding thing. And now it is very normal. And 1 RK is not made also now.
Yes, I think our first project was just right next to us, which was Rutu Park. Again, 1 bed and 2 bed, but not big 2 beds. So obviously we have done quite a few projects in and around Thane. We are here since 30 years. So we have done townships, multiple townships in Thane. Rutu Towers would be one of the special ones.
So walk us through the Rutu Group evolution from the first few Mumbai projects to today's large-scale developments across Thane, Kalyan and Gujarat.
That would be a little bit of my grandfather's profile. I think he was the main person to start off with. So first project was probably in Juhu in Mumbai. It was a 7-story. Of that time, sea facing. Of that time, it was one of the kinds for him as a developer. And now moving on, we are making Rutu City, which is like a very large scale project. It's 41-story. 7 to 8 towers probably, and it's a 15-acre project. So yeah, that's the graph we have come up to. And obviously in between that, we have done multiple projects, again townships, in part of Kalyan, Mumbai and Thane.
So your portfolio spans 45 plus projects.
Right.
Which project, according to you, changed the course of Rutu Group?
I would say again Rutu Towers would be the first, which kind of again put us on the Thane map, that we were doing something big. After that, obviously we continued with proposing such projects in Thane. So I think Rutu Tower should be, the game changer for us in Thane market. And right now, obviously, fingers crossed, I think Samruddhi, which is our ongoing project, and Rutu City, which is called Richland, I think these two also would probably change big things for us as companies concerned. Yeah.
Let's see. Rutu Group is known for trust and transparency. How did these values become non-negotiable for the company?
Again, these are like family run business values, we ourselves are very transparent and honest in terms of keeping our relations with customers, day-to-day relations at work. So I think it wasn't that difficult to keep the transparency mode here. Also, focusing on, while we're speaking about transparency, I think it is very important that a developer and a buyer has that collateral relation where we have to understand we are giving somebody home.
Yeah.
So the more clear you are with the dreams, because someone is kind of trusting you with a lot of emotions and things like that, getting into integrity. But I think that is something you have to keep in mind, that keeping your transparency as a priority between the two parties would always appreciate, and I think it keeps a little more balance when it comes to the market, your brand value in the market. So I would probably say that was given to us in terms of values, and I think being the newer generation, I look forward to continue that. Yeah.
Being a developer was always your what would we say, like, it was your dream to be, or you had some other
well, I had
aims and goals?
Well, I was a little younger. I had few agendas in mind to do something else, and I think my family was quite supportive about it. But I think somewhere while I was growing up, I saw my father, my grandfather, just those talks happening in and around we are doing every day. Some things then starts running into blood. You hear the conversations, they're exciting conversations sometimes. So changing the skyline is quite exciting. One, of course, there are challenges, but that's a good way of putting this. So I kind of, while I was studying into construction world, in construction industry, I think I kind of made up a mind that I would join, and I would do something in the field and in my own company.
But आपको actually करना क्या था?
Well, I had a lot of things.
Footballer or a cricketer?
No, I was into a lot of fitness in that industry, but I was also into a bit of automobile industry.
Oh.
But again, as I said, I was young. I didn't drift away. I didn't study anything related to that. My studies were all very, very towards civil engineering, construction management, construction project management. So I think it was entirely in my mind that if I join, these are the brackets I'll have to follow. And I think God's been kind. I think everything has been good so far.
Rutu Group has always prioritized larger, spacious homes. What shaped this philosophy?
Again, I think I'll have to give the credit to my father and the team before I joined. My grandfather can also be one of the pillars in that. The ethos was to give good homes, right? So I think I saw that while I was growing up. I saw that we were involved in the small integrities, with designers, with architects. It was never a very open-ending corporate world where aap kar lo, dekh lenge, bana lo, dekh lenge. It was always more personal touch. Architects would, we would spend hours and hours behind designing, whether it's an external or internal thing. Vastu related things also. So we always had this in mind, that make good homes, make little larger, so it's a little more future proof.
Yes.
Of course, demand and supply is something we also follow, but crack a code where you're doing something different than the competitors around or the developers around us. This is by no means that they're not doing good work. They are doing excellent work, I'm sure, but this is just to create that little niche space that agar bada ghar chahiye to aap Rutu ka project dekh lo.
Yes.
So it was always like that, and I think that is still with us. So my current projects also are a little larger than just a few projects in and around, if you have to compare. So I think that's something we follow even today.
So Rutu Group has always believed in township style living.
Right.
What makes this model so powerful for today's buyers?
I'll share that in two phases. One, as Rutu Group, we are known for doing townships. Our first township was in Thane many years ago, I think precisely 30 years ago. My father had a bit of planning of creating a gated community. Sometimes it's also, buying a larger land parcel, having a bigger community, giving them a little more amenities internally, giving them, I think that kind of creates, even if I have to say or compare you have precisely the right word is a social life, right? You will have more people around. There are perks.
Yeah.
There are pros and cons to both. But I see that while you are doing a township, you have more freedom of design, more freedom of your, proposals of designs and things like that, rather than just doing one. It's not bad. I'm not saying we ourselves have done single building projects, but township gives you the freedom of construction, where to allocate what building, and I think that works sometimes. Also, creating that feature that you are socially little more connected with so many families around you.
Yes.
You get more space. Generally, I'm talking about project space. Once you get down, you're just not right there on the street. You have your own periphery and your own complex to do things around.
Exactly.
And obviously that gives more options of commercial spaces also sometimes. So that kind of even makes better experience for the buyers, because you have things right there. So I think that was one of the major reasons of doing the larger scale township projects. Even currently, the one which we are doing in Kalyan is a township project.
Okay.
It's a nearly 40 acres project, 35 acre plus. We have completed phase 1, and we see that those 900, 800 families staying together. When you enter, you feel that it's uniformly done. You have your own little world around, and everything is done very nicely because it's been well thought of. So I think that's also one of the way of seeing townships that way. And lately we have also done a very boutique tower, which is Rutu Samruddhi, which is in Thane city next to Taj Vivanta. So that is again a very boutique tower, very low density, only 100 flats. So again, if you do Jodi, if it's sold in Jodi, then you have less number of families to deal with. So I think both have their perks. One is where you are more connected socially because you have larger spaces, your land parcel is bigger. And I think the other way around thing is like you want to be more connected to the city, or you want to be a little more accessible to your balance of city lifestyle, then I think boutique towers also do really well. So both, I mean, that's our first project, Rutu Samruddhi again, which is in Thane, in the city. But yeah, giving that answer, I think both have the balance, but townships is our thing.
So Rutu City has become one of the most anticipated project in Thane. What was the core idea behind this project?
So I'll tell you, it goes back in 2016 or 17 when we did the first phase of Rutu City. Firstly, it's if I have to tell you, it's a 15-acre project. So it's not just one tower, two towers. It's going to be like a nice spread of couple of towers in that piece of land, and we are trying to incorporate a balanced lifestyle. So answering the question, the first phase we finished during COVID in 2021. We handed over then. The tower was called Richmond. It was a 30-floor residential tower with few commercial spaces. The good part about this project is, one, it has a 40-meter road proposed from the center of it. So that will eventually take you to the Borivali-Thane tunnel, which is under construction currently. Secondly, if you see how it's geographically located, it's very near to Sanjay Gandhi National Park. And that kind of creates more nature view. But along with that, that also creates a sense of you're well connected to the city. So a lot of things worked in our favor when it came to the location of the land. And once we finished the phase 1, I think we were quite confident that we can create, or we can come up with something different here for the buyers. One, the land, you will have nature view, especially during monsoon, is lovely. 2, your road connectivity. 3, your metro is right out there, decently walkable distance, I would say. 4th, we are creating a lifestyle with a lot of amenities there. So the homes are very well planned. The plans are well taken care of. They are only 2 bedroom. The current tower I'll talk about. It's a Richland tower. It's A wing, B wing. It's only 2 bedroom with 700 plus square feet RERA carpet.
Wow.
And we have amazing amenities coming in on the first floor and the 41st floor as a recreational floor. The plans and everything has been well thought of for especially the mid-age buyers. I would rather say the age 35 to 55 or 35 to 50. So with kids, young kids, they will have a great time because we are coming up with those amenities. I've kept that in mind. Podium amenities, first floor, 41st floor, ample car park. So all these things are something which is currently very much needed as a demand and supply of that particular area. So I think we have kept those parameters in place. Secondly, we are keeping the square feet also in the place. So again, when I mentioned earlier that it's the Vastu planned, but also keeping that extra square feet with balconies. Most of the towers have nature view. Positioning depends. There are city view flats as well. But these are the certain highlighted parameters. The location is fabulous. You are completely cut off from the Godbanda Road in a nicer way, of course. And you're closer to Godbanda Road because it's just walkable. So it is off Godbanda, giving you the balance of two lifestyles. So I think that kind of made us completely go, all out for that particular project here.
Rutu Samruddhi is also in talks. So we would like to know about that also.
I think that's our current favorite for us also. We are keeping high hopes because one, we have never done something like this before in Thane market. It's a boutique tower. One of the first projects where we are not doing township. We are just experimenting on doing a small scale project, a small land scale project. So we are doing a very large 2-bed, very large 3-bed. Again, keeping our ethos in picture. So it's large, very good, big areas. Again, compared to the competitors around, our areas are quite big. It is more inclined to someone who wants a city lifestyle, well-connected roads, because it's already there. Everything is already there. So you're coming in like a heart of Thane. It's opposite to Viviana Mall, to be very precise. And of course, near to Taj Vivanta. So the location is, quite already nice, and you have everything there. Nothing to worry about. But again, balcony homes. So that's something we're trying, low density. So again, you won't have too many customers or home buyers there. So if somebody who wants like a low density, zyada log nahi chahiye, probably age factor could play a role here. We have buyers who are a little more wo jisko shanti chahiye, they are little in terms of age bracket. So I think they are the key buyers for us in that particular project. But it's the first time we are doing something like that.
So one USP of Rutu Samruddhi?
Location.
And for Rutu City?
Again, views and location. I wouldn't choose one, but I would choose two. Sorry.
Sure. So you represent the next generation of Rutu Group. What is your mission as a leader?
I wouldn't say I'm on a mission. So I have few plans. I would like to, propose them at some point in my company. But I think I'm really looking forward to Rutu City to shape it really well. I think it's one of my key projects for me and my career. So I think I'm keeping my hopes really high, and with God's will, I think that goes down really well. So yeah, that is something I'm quite excited about currently.
So sir, you represent the next generation of Rutu Group. What is your mission as a leader?
I look forward to changing few things here. I want to have one thing first is I want to have like a great team to work with. We are open to welcoming, especially I'm open to welcome new talent on board, maybe new designers I want to work with. I want to work with new architects, which can help, probably to change just a bit of a face of my company. I'm also looking into enter a new market, probably in central suburbs, sooner or later, hopefully. So that is something I'm looking forward to. So yes, I do have a bit changes towards workforce. I would like to incorporate that probably. So I have a new talent to work with. I can learn few things from them. And probably, I think that would be my next phase of, if I have to think, if I'm thinking towards changing something, not changing, but probably adapting maybe a newer things, a new talent towards my company. So yeah, that would be my next thing, I believe, yeah. So beyond the workforce, I would also highlight a few things here is the pricing currently. I think whether it's Mumbai, Thane, it's going skyrocketing. I don't know if that value really merges well with the offerings. I can't speak on that, but sometimes I think with me, my agenda is to keep the pricing into more of a demand and supply kind of a category, and not go skyrocketing, and the value and the demand and whatever I am planning with my product is not aligning. So I think I'll try my best to work that out when it comes to the pricing part. And thirdly, I think Rutu Samruddhi has done some really good stuff with me particularly, and company in general. I think I would like to do more luxurious project. Would like to add a little more luxurious projects in our kitty. So I think point of aligning all of it, this is like a next mission. I would like to say that this is something I would like to do in near future, move towards that in near future.
So in the legacy part,
so far I think we have done more of projects which were towards more of demand and supply projects. I think in the coming years, I would like to change that a bit and have a balance of demand and supply projects, but at the same time have a little more, create a little niche where you are targeting a little more low tense project, maybe a little more luxurious offerings, keeping the size in place, of course, keeping our main ethos, which is, part of our legacy of making homes a little more larger. So yeah, keeping those things in place, I would like to move ahead with that.
What message would you like to leave for young home buyers who are trying to make the biggest decision of their life?
So I think here, the young buyers who are out in the market to buy, I think have your priorities sorted first, like what you want from it. Secondly, go invest into projects which have their RERA thing sorted. That's the most important part. While you are working hard, investing a lot of money, I think if the projects are RERA, under construction, the developer or the project have their major things sorted, please move ahead with that. Secondly, prioritize your location, what you want, where you work, what's your lifestyle like, and basis of that, you should look into the projects. Usually, what I tell a young buyer, if he or she is very active, I would say take a blend of a city and a cut off of a city balance. You don't need to go extremely far from the city because that adds up a little more trouble to your lifestyle, because when it comes to the traveling part, again, Mumbai, Thane, Navi Mumbai, we are still emerging. We are still developing. So your traveling needs to be sorted that way, especially the young ones. Where you're working, what's the connection like, whether your job or your work profile is there in that same area where you're looking to buy a home. So I think one is RERA, one is your demand and supply, what you want. So you prioritize your projects accordingly. And I would always tell a young buyer, थोड़ा बड़ा ले लो घर. मैं बना रहा हूँ इसलिए नहीं बोल रहा हूँ. I'm saying आप please थोड़ा बढ़ा लो, so that is a little more future planned, in that sense. A little big, little early will always flourish a little better. I think that's the phase of every young people should think. जितना जल्दी आप कुछ चीजें ले लोगे, it will flourish better rather than pushing it and pushing it and pushing it. It's going to get more expensive. Nothing is going to come free. So while you have the means, while you have your dreams sorted, I think you should take a plunge.
If you could give one piece of advice to the next gen of real estate developers, what would it be?
There are quite a few things I would like to say to them. There can be one thing, but I would say, look forward to create a value with your project. Where location might be. आप क्या बनाना चाहते हो, कैसे बनाना चाहते हो, whether that वो project बनाने से कुछ value create होती है वो location में. I think that please work on that. Again, design aspect, please work on it. Let's not be too ignorant towards it कि हाँ यार कर दो बिक जाएगा. Don't be that. Design it well. Sit with good designers. There are a lot of them in the market. There are a lot of great architects. So I think design, demand and supply के हिसाब से आप ये करो, मैं समझता हूँ. But please give more this thing to your project, that whether it is creating a value in that location. I don't mean to say कि आपका सबसे महंगा project हो. I mean to say कुछ अलग हो. So try to create, with the young developers coming in, try to create something more niche for the buy in that location, because आप already वहाँ नए हो, दूसरे लोग already है. So I think कुछ अलग करोगे, you will come on the maps. And I think I've also learned that way, probably. I'm not saying my way is the best way, but I'm saying we also learned in that way, that once you start putting things a little differently and you come on the map, people start observing your work. People start thinking that you're here to do serious business. So I think that should be something I would like to tell the young buyers.
So one moment that you will never forget into this your journey of real estate. It would be any home buyer you met, or any.
There are quite a few. So it was my Kalyan project. I think we were in the mid of the construction, and there was from the phase one, there was the family who came to me, and I was just there on my normal visit on the project. And I think that, I don't remember the name, but that family came as a husband and wife. I think they came us and they said, okay, thank you so much for creating this here, and it's इतना अच्छा घर देने के लिए, I'm really glad, and I'm really glad that मैंने आपसे लिया, like Rutu Group से लिया. So it was that moment where I felt that, like people observe, people see, you are giving good homes, so I think you are also blessed and respected in that regard.
Yes.
So I think I'm so sorry, I don't remember the name of the family, but I remember clearly their faces. They were from the phase 1. It's called Rutu Riverside Estate. That was the phase 1 of a Kalyan project, again a township, but they were from there, and we were doing Rutu Riverview Classic, which is the phase 2. So I was there, and they came and they said, "Ki sir, aapko milna hai," and I was like, "Yes," and they just said, "Okay, sir, thank you so much. हमको सिर्फ आपको आके thank you बोलना था." I think they have recently moved in, probably.
Okay.
So they said that, yeah. So I think that was then, and there were quite a few, but that was something very, very first and initial in my career. It was back in 2013, I guess.
Oh.
Yeah. So it was long back. Yeah. So
that gives you more push towards
that gives me push, and that kinds of also puts me into that responsible manner position. You know, that you are responsible to buyers, and to create good homes, and at some point creating a good life, people appreciate that. So I feel responsible enough to create good homes in future, and design in that way that it's likable by everybody, all the age groups for that matter. So I think that is one of the very first ones.
One thing you have taken or learned from your grandfather, and
Right.
one thing from your father.
Quite a few. One thing is going to be less, but with my grandfather, I think he was very, very focused. By crook karna hai, and he was also very visionary. Actually, I'm hoping and praying that something also comes in me from that. He was very, very future proof. He used to always do a couple of things and certain things in life much before, so that you're not facing challenges in the later part of your life. So that was something I would like to incorporate from my grandfather. And from my father, I think he's very good with emotions, balance of homes, and I think it was his idea to come up with that nahi hum bade ghar hi karenge. Even today, whenever we are talking, he's like, nahi jo dusre kar rahe mujhe nahi pata, but I want to do something which triggers me internally. Agar mujhe theek laga, then I will go ahead. So I think that's a good thing, because that's more like you are giving what you want to, and at the same time trying to touch as many strings as possible in terms of space is concerned. He's also very good at integrity plannings, like getting into minute details on floor plans with architects, with designers, and making sure that he changes as per what he visions to given the project. So I think that would be something I would like to take it on.
And you are on which part, sales or marketing?
It's a family business. We have to be everywhere, so I'm involved in everywhere, but my more focus currently is Thane projects. So I am more active in Rutu Samruddhi and Rutu City.
But the sales part, not much on the marketing part?
Definitely I am. Sales, marketing, also with levels of construction is concerned, maybe materials, maybe vendors. So I'm everywhere. It's like 25% of each makes it 100%. So I think I'm everywhere for now, because that's how we've been rolling. It's a generational thing. So I've been seeing my father doing that. I've seen my grandfather doing that. So I think it's like कि हमको सब करना है, सब देखना है, ऐसा कुछ एक चीज पकड़ के बैठना नहीं है. So I think that's how it is.
So one thank you note to all the home buyers, to all the channel partners, I would say, who has worked with Rutu Group, who has buy their home with Rutu Group. So one thank you note for them.
Thank you to all the buyers for all projects who are staying in Rutu projects in general. Thank you so much for being a part of the family. I wish you all the best. I hope you guys are having a great time there. I hope we have done enough for you and your family members, and we look forward to do much more better in Thane. So of course you guys are always welcome back to us. If you ever want to buy another property or want to upgrade, you want to move it to a bigger homes, we are here for you guys. And to all the CPs who are currently working with us for our projects currently, and who have already worked in past with us, whether it is Thane, Kalyan, Mumbai, thank you so much. We look forward to working with you for our new projects. Thank you so much.
It was a privilege hosting Mr. Rushi Patel today and exploring his professional journey and vision. Stay tuned for more such impactful stories. Till then, it's me, Pranali Kadam, signing off.